Hello, dear viewer, and welcome back to Dark Deity on Steam with me, Thae'lanel at Lunar Nebula Gaming. Let's get back into this. We just defeated a minor dragonkin, so we have some money, which is nice. Lincoln, you're open to suggestions. Let's start from there. I wish it were as simple as letting Delia liberate itself. Our biggest advantage is that nobody knows we're back. That's not going to last long. They'll find out eventually, whether we make a move or not. Striking fast is our best bet. Wow. I love what you've done with the place. The dead dragon does make a great mantelpiece. Good to see you again, Irene.
Good news.
And you, I have good news. A lead, and a time-sensitive one at that. Allow me to introduce Elia Val Realtir, the younger sister of Tiana Val Realtir. Welcome, Elia.
Thank you.
Wait, what? Is that a living pig that she has with her giant bag of books?
I wasn't sure who to turn to. It's a good thing Irene overheard me in the tavern a few nights back.
As you know, the prison at Dervin houses hundreds of the most dangerous Delians who have resisted the throne's tyranny. Dervin. I've heard that name before. We all have. It's the most infamous prison in Delia. It's also run by Elia's sister, and you can bet she has more of a humanitarian streak than Varric.
She's just following orders. If she doesn't go through with it, they'll lock her up with the rest of them.
Hold on a minute. Go through with what, exactly?
She just received orders from the king. She has until the end of Vigor's son to execute every prisoner in Dervin.
It can't be. Has it truly gotten this bad? He says a word and hundreds die. Where's the justice?
Well, technically that's how authoritarian regimes work.
Justice rests in our hands. That much has never been clearer.
Listen, I know she doesn't want to do it. She made that obvious when she let slip that she was nervous about a shipment of Ignesium coming in for the cannons at the end of the week.
What is Ignesium exactly? It's an extremely volatile alchemical reagent, manufactured in Naja, a dangerous substance.
How then?
And how then? Magic is forbidden anywhere near it. It's possible for a mage to induce a reaction simply by concentrating too hard.
Actually, Alden used to practice with it at the academy.
What a joke.
You can't be serious. I'm astounded that was allowed, and more astounded yet that he's still here. Well, that does explain a few things.
Good. It sounds like you'll know how to do what it does best. When the delivery is made, they'll store it just behind the main gate before it's hauled off to the armory. There should be plenty enough to blow the doors clean off their hinges.
It's not that simple.
Hold on. Dervin is one of the heaviest fortified prisons in the country. It seems we have our way in, but I'm not so sure about our way out.
If you round up the prisoners fast enough, you shouldn't have much trouble leading them right out the front door.
And if reinforcements arrive?
Dervin's got a few tricks up its iron sleeves. Smaller hatches you should be able to access once you're inside. If you give me a scroll, I can sketch them out for you.
And what about Tiana?
I know my sister. If you get away, she won't pursue. She'll follow her orders to the word inside the prison, but once you're out and running, you're no longer her problem.
That's it.
We can't let those people die. If we hesitate to save them, we may as well never come back.
Good man.
I agree. If we strike fast with plans to escape, we run very little risk.
I'll get you out, and if I might add one thing, I know you can't guarantee anything, but if you can avoid it, please don't hurt Tiana. She never wanted to be in this position.
We'll do everything we can to make sure your sister remains unharmed. Thank you for bringing this to us, Elia. I know it can't have been easy.
Right away.
We should prepare quickly. I pray the executions have not already begun.
Uh-oh.
Well, this sounds like a big old trap. Oh, but we have 13,000 money to work with. Okay. Well, we have some friendships to work out. Joy, this will probably be another Bonds episode. Let's go back for a second. Save before I misclick anything. Okay. And then Fenton, you didn't develop any friendship with anyone yet. Same with Faust. One day, we'll figure you guys out. Or can you even... Yeah, okay, you can. Okay. You come late enough in the game, I wonder if we can even... Interesting. Well, hopefully we'll figure that out. Alden and Maeve. Maeve, have you been friends with Irving's dad for a long time?
Actually,
I've only spoken to him on a handful of occasions. Our two organizations cooperate now and then, but mostly we keep to our own.
Before we got wrapped up with the aspects, I never knew how many secret organizations there were out there. Do you think there are more we don't even know about?
That's correct.
I'm quite sure of it, and not all of them are so benevolent either.
Oh dear.
Wow.
That's a scary thought.
Luckily, you're in good hands with this group, but still, it's all the more reason to remain alert at all times.
Do you know about any of those secret groups yourself?
I might.
Marin said you know a lot of secret things, not just because you're in the Mystic Council, but because of your old age.
Pardon?
Is that right? And how old did Marin presume I was?
Oh no.
Oh shoot, I forgot. She told me not to mention she said that.
That's quite all right, Alden. She's correct. I am old. In human years, that is. I'm still relatively young for an elf. But someone with even a couple years head start over you can be a wellspring of wisdom. I've known that to be true in my own life. From what I understand, Alden, you were recruited from Brookstead Academy before your training was complete, whereas Marin just passed her final test. She might help you fill in the gaps in your training. You'd be wise to heed her advice when she offers it.
She's definitely really smart, and a good healer too. I do wish she'd give me a little space sometimes, though.
Very well.
She will, as your strength increases. In the meantime, my advice would be to try and be patient with her. Try not to rush the process.
Alright, I can try that. Fair enough. Garrick, my friend from Brookstead.
Marrowhold. I like it. It's accurate, to the point, and yet it has some charm to it. Well chosen, my friend.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, it sort of just came to me when we were standing around trying to figure out what to call it.
Ah, a bolt of inspiration then. Have you considered taking up poetry? It might suit you.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I think Corvin wants me to do it.
Right.
I'm sure he does. Be careful what you choose to share with him, Alden. I have the feeling it'll all end up in some book.
You think he wants to publish all our secrets?
I'm not sure he can help it. Writing's in his blood. It comes as easily as thinking for some. I'll never understand it.
That definitely would have come in handy back at the academy.
I often thought the same.
You're really something.
You know, Alden, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You've become a mage of impressive prowess in the span it takes most to learn how to form their first spell. You should be very proud.
Huh?
You doubted me? I actually never knew that.
And I'm embarrassed to admit it, but it's true. I'm not usually one to offer much advice, but let me say this. Never take someone else's doubt to mean that you ought to doubt yourself. Instead, see it as an opportunity to exploit an error in their judgment, or a challenge to strengthen you. That's one thing I wish I'd heard long before I discovered it.
I'll try to remember that if I start to doubt myself.
Very good. I hope you'll find it serves you well.
Garrick. Alright, so far we haven't met anybody with higher than A in the conversation tree. So I don't know if it exists or not in this game. Maybe we'll find out at the end game. Alright, Lincoln, sir, how's that?
Good man.
An unexpected spot of decency.
Excellent. You're welcome. Now, let me ask you a question.
Is it about your training? I've kept a close eye on your performance, and I'd say you're coming along quite well.
I appreciate it, but no, it's actually more of a hypothetical.
I've never found much use for such things, but I imagine you've made up your mind about asking it regardless.
Right.
That's right. We're getting to know each other so well. Isn't it wonderful?
Is that your question?
No. All right. So you're a man of honor, aren't you, Lincoln?
Indeed.
I strive to be.
Very good. Now let's imagine you're escorting a handful of kids to escape a siege. You see a guard ahead on the road and tell the children to hide in the brush. The guard spots you and asks if there's anyone with you. Do you lie in order to keep the children safe, or do you hand them over?
Neither. I was not trained to prevail by treachery.
Are you sure?
Then what would you do?
With honor.
Stand my ground and fight.
Suppose the guard had a small army with him.
All the same.
You're really something.
Foolish, but consistent at least. I have to leave you that.
Well, suppose I lie. The guard may choose to doubt me regardless and search the area. Then I've stained my honor. And for what? It's a grave error to think we have control over anything beyond our own conduct.
I'm not sure I agree, but I suppose that's something I hadn't thought of.
It's good that you've taken an interest in such things, Garrick. Matters of right judgment. These are thoughts worthy of the mind.
What a relief. My commanding officer finally approves of my thoughts. Perhaps I've earned a short release from my kitchen duties.
Yes, perhaps you have.
Well, what do you know?
There's that smile. I told you. Just a matter of time.
In this case, it seems you were right. Regrettably.
Regrettably, what, Lincoln? Come on, man.
Okay, and Garrick and Faust, yeah, they look like they'd probably have pranks to do together, based on their character designs. Okay, Lincoln and Brooke. Brooke, I doubt you'll take kindly to my unsolicited advice, but I'll offer it all the same. How tragic.
I won't let you fall.
In battle, you strike powerfully and true, but your skills are put to better use when you stay near the others. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble taking off on your own. I'm an assassin, Lincoln. That's what I do.
No.
You were an assassin. Now you're a distinguished royal bodyguard. Why do you have such disdain for my profession anyway? Do you think the killing done by a soldier is any more just?
Indeed.
I do. And how do you figure that? War is violence as a last resort.
Look at this.
Ah, is that right? I hardly think we'd be taking the fight to Varric if we felt our differences could be resolved diplomatically. What if Delia's war with Aramor then? Do you think it unjust? I might have thought differently once, but yes, that seems clearer by the day. Besides, a just war also has rules of engagement.
You can't be serious.
Tell that to the people of Alaris.
I've said my part.
I can't answer for the actions of others. I, for one, would never raise a sword against the unarmed, or any non-combatants for that matter.
Can't trust them.
And yet, I'm sure you fought against many who would easily seize that advantage over you if they could get it.
Disgraceful.
Then they do not fear a death without honor. And you do? I strive to live a life of one.
Whatever you say.
Well, keep your honor. I prefer efficiency. They need not be in conflict, Brooke. Excellent. Why don't we lead by example then, I am trying to. Okay. Iris. Oh, we still haven't had a conversation with her and Elias, really. That's terrible, because they're both adepts. They have a lot to talk about. Caius? Iris, hey, can I help you with something? Kind of. I just wanted to ask. Has Helena said anything about me? She hasn't said much of anything. So, no then. Not a word. Why? I think I offended her somehow. And how would you have managed that? I'm worried I might have singed her with one of my attacks, or maybe I said something about religion, but if I did, I didn't mean her religion. I was probably just talking about superstitions in Nulay. Is there something specific that makes you think that?
I don't know.
Not really. She just doesn't speak to me at all. Not even when I see her and say hello.
That's kind of her thing, Iris. In Naja, she was a monk of the Silent Way. They take vows not to speak more than a word for extended periods of time.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew she was a priestess, or a monk, I guess, but that sounds intense.
I'm sure it is. Definitely not for me. I think I'd get thrown out on the first night. But anyway, now that she's left, she's not oath-bound to silence.
I think she just prefers it most times. It's nothing personal.
That sounds right.
That's good to know.
This whole time you thought it was something you'd done?
I guess I did.
Oh, Iris, let me say something that might just blow your mind. Sometimes, things happen without it being your fault.
Caius, I know that.
Sometimes you don't act like you do.
I'm sorry. I'll try to do better.
There you go again.
That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, it is.
Aw. Time to loosen up. Alright, Sloane. Hey, she can talk to Fenton and Faust as well. I wonder what she'd ask about the dwarves. I don't know. Fenton does not seem to like his own people. Let's put it that way. Sloane and Sarah, though?
So, say this revolution goes right. What do the two of us become then? Political peers, though I would hope friends as well. Hard for political peers to stay friends across borders like the ones that separate the two of us.
It's simply politics.
Only if you let it be hard. We aren't shackled to the actions of our predecessors. All it takes is for us to set a good precedent, together.
Oh, come on.
Are you truly such an optimist?
I don't understand how you aren't an optimist. Seems like such a dreary way to live. Depressing, even. Depressing is the goddess at Valburen estate in Silvergarden. Being a realist isn't depressing in the slightest. And here I thought you didn't get anything from your father. If you knew the venom of that remark, I trust you wouldn't have spoken it. That was out of line. I'm sorry. Look, I want us to be friends. There's nothing standing in the way. Well, we've spent so much time fighting, I don't know that you and I have spent any time actually talking. That's the way things go sometimes, isn't it? A shame. Tell me, what did you occupy yourself with before our grand adventure? Constant research and a good deal of studying. I'm a bit of a bookworm. Samara too.
I'm intrigued.
A bit. We're going to teach you to have some fun then. How does that sound?
We must.
From the legendary Sloan Valmyran? Consider my interest piqued.
Okay. Legendary at parties, I guess? Let's see. Vesta. And Irving. There we go.
Irving, you've done a noble thing putting together a group like this. Honestly, I'm not sure how you managed to get everyone to cooperate. It can't have been easy. Thanks, but I can hardly claim credit for it myself. It seems the others would freely give it to you.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Humility is yet another mark of a skilled leader. If you're trying to conceal your importance in all this, I can hardly say it's working.
I guess not. Perhaps discretion is a skill I can learn from you.
Everyone must guard their secrets, sometimes for the good of others. Right now, it seems it would do a great deal for the good of others if more secrets were brought to light. You search for answers. I understand. I have many questions myself. But answers come in their own time, and patience is a faithful servant to those who avail themselves of it.
It's not that simple.
If we must wait, so be it, but that's no excuse for inaction. Indeed not. And between the aspects you've gathered and the strange events of our time, there is much to attend to, which is why, while we both wait, you can be assured of my assistance. Good. We need all the help we can get.
All right. We still have Ford and Corbin and Maeve. All right. Well, I'm trying to get all these done before the end of the game, but we may not get there. We just might not. We will see. Elias and Marin. Marin, I have a bit of a strange request.
It's probably not as strange as you think. How can I help?
Could you try your healing magic again?
I get asked that all the time, Elias, believe it or not. What seems to be the problem?
I just generally don't feel so well.
Oh, alright, I can try something.
Thank you.
There, is that any better?
Not really, no. And I don't mean that as a slight, Marin.
Don't worry, I didn't take it that way. Maybe you're just tired. No spell substitutes for a good night's sleep.
Hold on.
Could you try it again on my forehead this time?
I don't know.
Elias?
Please, Marin, just try it.
Alright. Did that help?
Well, my headaches disappeared.
That's good, but I get the feeling that wasn't the problem.
No, it wasn't.
Are you trying to do away with a painful thought or memory? I know there are spells that induce amnesia. I've heard that Inquisitors sometimes use them, but they're far beyond anything anyone here has learned, to my knowledge anyway, and they're not very specific.
I'd rather not.
If you're right about that, I don't think that will do. I just want to get these images out of my head. I might find myself distracted for a moment, and then they'll pop right back into my mind once more.
Just try to be patient with yourself. Time often heals what magic can't. The things you've seen will fade.
I know that's true, only...
It's easy to say, but difficult to do.
Yes, exactly.
Well, the good news is, you don't really have to do anything. Time passes all by itself. One day, you'll remember you felt this way once, and you'll be struck with gratitude for the fact that you don't anymore.
I just hope that day comes sooner rather than later.
The only things I found to help with that are good friends and a higher purpose.
Perhaps.
If that's the case, then I suppose I'm in good hands.
It'll be all right.
I'd say you are.
All right, then. For one reason or another, I was thinking maybe he was having prophetic dreams of some sort, because he apparently, I think, had soul magic as his first. But anyway, let's see. I think that's pretty good, but we can definitely spend some time doing upgrades. Let's save, just in case I accidentally sell something I mean to not sell. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Probably give Fenton something better. He's a defender. He can help other people defend. Probably short sword, just so he doesn't get outsped still. If he has no speed, then we will consider that. I do want to get Sia's push dagger upgraded. Alden will probably get the level 4 Flash Lotus just because. Garrick. We'll think about it. Orima. Thae'lanel, Benji. We're thinking about things. Yeah, we should probably upgrade Sloane's Mystic Barrage. We could upgrade the Zweihander. Because why not? We probably want to upgrade Maeve's stuff on the cheap, because everything we give her should help her power, if I remember I gave her that aspect, I think. So, yes, that's an option. We can also get some tier 2 tokens for people. We have a lot to do. A lot to do. Plus, I do want to see, what does Trident become? And do we get that to Bianca? She gets dodge based on her strength, so if we can get her a strength power up, that is best for her. So yeah, I think we continue with the Partisan. My guess is, if it's anything like Alden, if Alden is the key of how most of these stats work out, then the Partisan will probably get to 13 power, and the Trident would probably get to like 28 at some point, but it would probably have less weight. My guess is the accurate spear would have the most weight. So we will see, we will see. Lots of experimentation and things to think about, which I'm sure most people already know. Get one of those. Get one of those, or two. Get a couple of you. And one of you. Okay. So that's all of our money. Let's see what we can do. Fenton. Short sword. Sure. We probably don't need to go back on the battlefield anytime soon, to be honest. Push dagger. Yeah. What will you become? Stiletto. That makes sense. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age. We could upgrade it again right now, but I do want to double check. Okay, Meteor +1, Flash Lotus. Oh, Flash Lotus is the one I finished. Meteor, though. Do we go for ultimate carnage? Or do we go for stiletto? We got style, we got grace. We will stick this stiletto in a good place. Okay, so now we have tier 2 tokens. We can upgrade like Thae'lanel's war pick, Orima's war pick, Benji, actually, we probably should upgrade the Orecha. Sloan, I did want to upgrade, but we've already done Stiletto. Benji. Orecha. Sure. Into an Oretas. There we go. Alright. One day, guys, we will remember to upgrade you. Elena or Bianca, we will one day upgrade one of you as well. I could upgrade Monroe's Surge. Seems like a decent strategy. Yeah, or, you know what? Let's make Marin better. Sure. Piercer. Okay. Save and call it an episode, I think we will, dear viewer. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe for more gaming videos. Comment below on which weapons you think are the best. And I hope you have a great day, dear viewer.